Happy Monday, everyone. We are back. We are back, guys. Another Monday of life. Hopefully, you guys are excited about this week, guys. Hopefully, you guys had a relaxing weekend. But again, as always, respectfully, it doesn't matter what happened this weekend. It doesn't matter what happened 10 years ago, 20 years ago, this morning, 10 seconds ago. The only thing that matters is what is your perspective, because when you have the correct perspective, you win. You win. And that's what I want to talk about for today. I come in here and a lot of times I don't know what I'm going to say. I just come in, I just talk, whatever hits. Sometimes I have an idea, but it just came to me. I want to talk about tests. Passing tests. Life is a test. It's a test. And you'll take the same quiz or midterm or final over and over again until you pass it. Until you pass it. And if you don't pass it, it'll get harder and harder and harder until you pass it. This entire life that we're living, guys, again, it's a lot easier than we've been taught. It's simple, but challenging in practice. As I've been saying, I've been talking about the wolves, the good wolf, the wolf of love, light, joy, goodness, all those good things, and the wolf of the opposite. This life really comes down to what are you going to feed? I'm not talking about religion, politics, these things that a lot of times people use to divide and conquer. I'm talking about the God, the universe, the love that's been born inherently in you this entire time. What will you feed, the light or the opposite? And listen, you could feed what feels good now in your ego. I should say nothing, but I'm gonna say something. I know I should be doing it. And again, it's not about being perfect. It's not about being perfect. But it's about making progress. The majority of people aren't even trying. Aren't even trying. Many are called, few are chosen. We all have a choice. As I said a few podcasts ago, something I've recently really fully understood. I feel sorry for no one. I don't. Everyone has a choice. I'm sure you guys have heard the story of, like, you have two brothers. Let's say they're twins. Their father is an alcoholic. One brother never touches alcohol. The other brother becomes an alcoholic as well. You ask the brother that never touched alcohol, how come you don't drink? And he would say, because my dad was an alcoholic. You ask the other brother, why do you drink alcohol? And he'd say, because my father was an alcoholic. Same situations, two different choices. We have the ability to choose. Once you realize that we have the ability to choose, life becomes easier. At any moment, you can change the narrative of your story. I'll say it again. At any moment, you can change the narrative of your story. We all can. I can change the narrative. At any moment, you are never stuck. Stuck is it's just a word. But when you know who you are, that's why I said the most important thing in this world is to go down that beautiful rabbit hole of self-realization, to know who you are, know thesauton, know thyself, to know who you are, because when you know who you are, that's when life actually begins. That's the rebirth of life. When you figure out who you are, when you figure out, wow, when you don't know who you are, you're just living off of the programming that's been given to you. You're literally a bot. You're a robot. I'm sure you guys have heard that word maybe used, bots. You think you're thinking, but you're not. 95% of our daily thoughts right now, we have approximately, I believe, 60,000 thoughts. 95% of those 60,000 thoughts, you're not even aware of. You're not aware of them. And they've been programmed into you before you can even read correctly. And so if you don't get intentional about reprogramming it, you're living out a program. But throughout life, you're going to be giving tests, and seeds will be planted, and then you have a choice. Do I get out of my comfort zone even though it's hell, it's misery, and I hate it, but it's comfortable? Will you get out of your comfort zone, or will you stay there? We all make choices. We all make choices. There's literally, life is more binary than we even thought. It's either good or the opposite. And now it's no condemnation. Like, no one's perfect. Like, it's progress over perfection. It's the progress that brings joy. But once you realize that life is a test, what will I do? Am I making strides? Am I intentional? And the thing is, if you're not setting your schedule when you're going to do the inner and the outer work, the inner work, the meditation, the reading, the affirmations, the visualizations, that's how you become intentional. It's not just saying, yeah, I'm going to be intentional, I'm going to do good. If you're not reprogramming your subconscious mind, which is 95% of your thoughts, only 5% of your thoughts are you're aware of. So if you just say consciously, yes, I'm going to do good, that's 5% going against the 95%. Who's going to win that battle? And that's why the majority of New Year's resolutions fail after, I believe, like the second week. Don't quote me. It's because I'm going to get up at 5 in the morning and go to the gym. That's 5% is going to fight the 95% that's been programmed into you that you're not aware of. You're going to lose that battle every single time. You know, willpower is not enough to defeat the programming that's been inside of you, the subconscious mind, the 95%. And that's why you have to be intentional to reprogram the 95% by doing the inner work, the meditation, the reading, the affirmations, the visualizations. That's how you reprogram the subconscious mind. Auto-hypnosis. All right, there's other ways, but those are the basic ways. If you're not going to work, you're not going to get paid. If you're not doing that, things will never change. And you're going to be continuing to go down this route that you hate, but that's not you. Again, this is just your motivational cappuccino. This is just what that is. I'm just motivating you guys to get into action, which causes discipline, which causes change. It's pointless to come here and I speak over everyone who's listening to this, watching this. You are being motivated into action that causes discipline, that causes change. This is the time. This is the year. We're not going another year without making more progress, without becoming even more intentional, even more positively obsessed with going down that beautiful rabbit hole of fulfilling our purpose. And even if you're just starting out, I promise you, you're going to get a little taste of what it feels like, and it's going to become addicting. The most addicting drug in the world, I promise you, is progress. I promise you, it's progress. So wherever you are on your journey, wherever you are, I'm just here to encourage you guys that life is good. Life is so good, and life wants to get so good for you. All those dreams, those goals they were given to you. They were given to you for a reason. They weren't given to you to tease you. You have what people need. You have what's necessary to birth those dreams into this reality. You do. You do. And if no one's told you this, let me tell you, you do. You do. You're not just watching this. This is not a coinky-dink. It's not a coincidence. There are no coincidences in life. There are no coincidences. Everything is conspiring for you guys. Disappointments don't exist. Better always comes. Everything is conspiring for you. Everything you've ever been through is just there to get your attention, saying it's time for you to make an adjustment. I promise you, this entire life is like this video game, and our job is to take this first-person player, this avatar, who you and create the most healed and greatest version of that player. And as you do that, you'll inspire others to do the same, and then you raise the collective consciousness. Now, as you're doing that, again, I said before, there's light and there's dark, there's good, there's evil. That's what it is, right? So as you're doing that, there will be resistance. The evil, the darkness doesn't want you to wake other people up. I said before, The Matrix was a documentary. It's a documentary. There's a spiritual and a physical realm to life Once you realize that, that's when life truly begins. And you fight in the spirit and in the physical. Guys, what I'm trying to tell you is that pass the test. Whatever your test is this week, the thing you know you should do. Get to bed on time, eat a little healthier, make the progress. Why? Not because it's, oh, well, this guy in the podcast said to do it. No. I mean, that's cool too. But no, you do it because there's joy and peace on the other side. I'll say it again. You do all these things, the inner work and the outer work, taking courses, going to the gym, finding mentors, paying for mentors. You do the inner and the outer work. Why? So you can be happy. So you can go down this rabbit hole of fulfilling your purpose, who you truly have been this entire time. And I promise you, life is better on that side. That's why you do it. And the more you do it, the more exciting it becomes. The more you see the synchronicities, the more peace and joy happens. And I promise you, you're going to hit this tipping point, guys. And it's going to be a flood. It's going to be a flood. But you got to pass the tests. And it's okay. Take the test over again. Take it over again. Take it over as many times as necessary. It's all good. It's no condemnation. But it's in you. It's in you. It's in you. And that's why I get excited when I see people go through like rock bottom. Or like, I've talked about this before, a divorce or something just traumatic. Yeah, I remember I saw this girl, I'm sure I talked about this, saw this lady years ago, back in LA, years after my divorce, and I remember I went to this gym and I sparred this Golden Gloves guy. Yeah, solid sparring. Until the third round. But first round I looked great. I get the better of him. Second round kind of split a little bit. Third round he just dominated. I gassed out, but I felt good that I had a good outing with the Golden Gloves champion at that time. Anyways, I went to this gym and I sparred this guy, and a lady's son was training at that gym. And then years later, I saw her at a grocery store, and she was like, "Yeah, me and my husband, we got divorced." And I told her, I said, "I'm excited for you, not because of the pain that I know you're going through, but because of the growth that I know is going to come from it. Because I went through a divorce, and I'm so thankful that I was telling her this. I'm so thankful that I went through that divorce because I wouldn't be where I am right now. I'm so thankful, and it was." At that time, one of the most challenging things that I've ever been through. Like I've never experienced that. I was never in love, and to experience a divorce, it was devastating. But the price I paid was cheap to the growth that came from it. And so I just encouraged her. I'm like, listen, I know it's challenging now, but in a couple of years, you're going to be so thankful that it happened. And not just divorce, any storm, once you see it, is such a blessing, man. But the point that I'm making is pass the tests. The storms will come, the challenges will come, but it's just there to get your attention, saying it's time for you to make an adjustment. Once you make the adjustment, you pass the test and you go to another level. Even if it takes a while, then you make the adjustment. When the temperature gets hot enough, then you change. Kingdoms were built from rock bottom, from trauma, tragedy. Build your kingdom. Build your kingdom. From whatever happened to you when you were a child, from teenager to an adult, build your kingdom from it. Get the rewards. Don't waste a perfectly great opportunity of growth. So again, I'm here to encourage you. It's just a test. This video game that we're living in is just a test. Pass the test. Raise your consciousness, and in the process, you raise the collective consciousness. Will there be adversity? Yeah, that's necessary. It's necessary. But you have everything in you to go beyond it. You are beyond it. Love always wins. The love in you is greater than the opposite. The love in you is greater than the evil outside of you. Love always wins. So, again, I'm just here to motivate you guys, just to say, guys, listen, this week, guys, set your schedule. When you're going to do the inner and the outer work, set it and hit it. Hit it like the quality of your life depends on it. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it does. It's just a test. It's the progress that brings joy. Make your progress. Take advantage of every beautiful opportunity for growth to go to a new level. I promise you guys. I'll say it again. Many are called, few are chosen. Make your choice. You can change the narrative at any moment. Make this week be the week that you continue to change it. Let's continue to give the people that we were put here to serve the greatest version, the most healed and greatest version of us on purpose. All right, guys, you got it. I believe in you guys. Pass the tests. Let's pass the tests this week. Again, it's no condemnation. It's progress over perfection. So wherever you are in your journey, guys, it's just a test. This week, make your progress. Okay? And continue to give us the most healed and greatest version of you. Motivation Mondays.